Yeah, with Ben and Rob, we're hitting the scene. From the couch to the track, chasing that dream. Ben's the Brummy lad with the accent flair. Rob's the towering Stokey with the fitness to spare. Started on the sofa, now we're breaking the mold. Lacing up our trainers, let the stories unfold. From injury struggles to the runner's high, we faced it all, now we're aiming sky high. Couch to coach, we're on the move, sharing running tips and the latest groove. Join the journey step by step, with Ben and Rob you'll find your pep. Rob's powerful stride, though he once took a hit. Goose Bruni couldn't make him quit. Ben's got the charm, though his arms might slip. Together they inspire with every quip. From Birmingham streets to Stock's green lanes, we're conquering miles, embracing the gains. Whether you're a newbie or seasoned pro, tune in weekly, let's get set, go. Couch to coach, we're on the move, sharing running tips and the latest groove. Join the journey step by step, with Ben and Rob you'll find your pep. So hit that play button, don't delay. With the Couch to Coach crew, you're on your way. From the first mile to the marathon's end, let's run this race together, friend.
And we are alive.
I'm not.
I'm not alive. I'm not alive. And we are live on YouTube the day after the ultra marathon. And we're all here with our wooden, although they are really good wooden medals, for the 51k that we apparently did.
I was that confused. I thought they'd handed me 2 medals at the finish line.
It's very
Well, they handed me the medal, and then I saw them on the table, and I was like, "What's that?" Because I didn't even realise it was wooden. So I was like, "What's that on the table?" And I nearly picked another one up. So we are here with myself. Hello, I'm Robert Silito.
What do you always say? We're here with myself.
We're here with Mr. Russell, Benjamin Russell. And then we are here with Emma Bridges.
Hello.
And we are also here with Laura Beach, or
Hello.
Beachy, as she is known.
Hi.
First time Laura's been on the podcast live. She's been on 5 of the listeners just recently, actually. That went out yesterday, although it should have probably gone out a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, it should have, but never mind. Hey ho.
So we are live the day after the Tittesworth ultramarathon. Ben is eating something as we speak. I've no idea what he's eating. What are them?
Coconut mushrooms.
Coconut mushrooms.
Okay.
Vile. You vile. Absolutely vile.
What's the matter? Have you ever had one?
I don't like coconut.
Well, that's
Coconut
crime in
mushrooms.
itself.
Yeah,
Coconut
that's fine.
mushrooms are like they're really sweet. My nan used to buy them. Rach bought me these for my birthday, and I've polished them off.
I was going to say that was only a couple of weeks ago.
All right. I've been training and on.
Yeah, training hard for this ultramarathon.
That's
debatable. Well, yeah. So the training for carb loading was okay. So I'm going to go round the room, and we're all going to say 3 words to sum up Tittesworth 50k. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to think. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ben, 3 words.
Babysitting Rob.
Laura.
Challenging, wet, but I'd do it again. Sorry, too
That's
many
not
words.
3. That's not 3 words. That's more than 3
Someone's
words.
confused.
Challenging, fun, and wet.
And Emma.
Wet, inspiring, and fun.
Oh.
And mine is what the hell.
Oh, you were buzzing afterwards, so you must have enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
I was. I did enjoy it. I must admit, it was very good. I just put on Facebook that I was very nervous and very anxious about the whole weekend, because we will talk about Pro Team
Yeah.
Rebel Running Festival as well, because we did that on Saturday. Myself and Ben hosted that when we were speaking to the guest speakers. So I was anxious about that, and Ben knew I was anxious, and he was taking the mick out of me because he knew I was anxious. So we did that, and I got through that, and I loved every minute of it. And then it was like that focus on the ultra marathon, and I got there, and again I was absolutely pooing my pants, nearly. We'll come on to that as well. Not me pooing my pants. Don't worry, I didn't poo my pants.
No, not you.
No, not me. But then once we got going, I really enjoyed it, and it was lovely. The first couple of miles, we all stuck together. So there was me, Ben, Rachel, Laura, Emma, Amy, Chris burnt off and left us. Jack burnt off and left us. So for this couple of miles, we were all together. And then Ben and Rachel decided to ditch us. So then we ditched Amy and Laura. Sorry about that, Amy and Laura.
We didn't
ditched you
ditch them on
guys.
purpose. You just
No.
weren't
No.
there when we turned
Yeah.
around. She's gone.
So then me and Emma went to the first aid station, and Emma had a tactic in mind. We'll just stop and we'll just stop and we'll just go. I'm like, what? She says, we're not going to stop very long. I was like, okay. And then we got there and we didn't stop very long at all, literally within 2 minutes. And then we caught up with Rachel and Ben at about mile 14? Was it
Yeah.
mile 14-ish?
Mm.
At the
Second
second aid
checkpoint.
station. Just as they were just about to leave, they stopped and waited for us. So then we stopped there and had watermelon, sweets, brownie, Coke.
Oh, chocolate brownies.
Coca-Cola, not the other Coke. Coca-Cola. Although that would help, I think, if you did have the other one. But I'm not talking about that. And then we carried on, and we all carried on together. And I did a video about Ben leaving me, Ben and Rachel leaving me, and what a rubbish coach he is because he left me. And Emma said, "Yeah, at least I stayed with you." And then literally 2 minutes later, at least 2 minutes later, probably ish, Emma went and left me. So then
Didn't
Ben
even
and
say
Rachel's
bye.
turn. Didn't even
Just
say
went.
bye, she just went. So Ben and
Aw.
Rachel had to babysit me. And then Ben and Rachel stayed with me for the whole way. And we finished. Although it wasn't actually technically 50k. We got 51k on our badges, on our
I don't
medals.
get that.
So
Yeah,
51,
it's too far. We didn't
51k.
do that much.
No. 49.49k
No,
I
I
got.
did 50.
Yes,
I
I know you
rounded
did.
up.
I know you did. But I got 49.49 on my Strava. But I've done a 50k. So what the hell? Oh. So yeah. How do you think it went, guys?
I loved it. I really did enjoy it. And even though, I mean, me and Laura both just said wet, it was wet. And when we were
Yeah.
collecting our numbers and trackers at the start, it was thunder and lightning. And we all just looked at each other like, what are we doing? And I remember texting you two saying it's actually thundering and the sky was flashing. But as soon as you get into it, you forget about the rain and you just start enjoying it. And I loved it.
I must admit,
absolutely loved it.
I didn't forget about the rain. I just was wet the whole way around. My feet were soaking. I bought a coat. Thankfully, I bought a coat, but that was wet within the first couple of miles. Chris Turner has put onto YouTube, he thought your 3 words were going to be, I beat Chris.
Yeah, I was going to come on to that.
How was it for you, Laura?
I've got to say that it was definitely one of the most challenging things that I've ever done, but it was a great day. I stuck with Amy again, as we always do in our races.
Have you done an ultra before?
Yeah, they've done them.
Yeah, we've done the Chester Ultra.
So you've
But
gone
this
back,
one
you've gone from
was
doing
just
50 miles down to 50k.
Yeah, because even though it was only just over 30 miles for me, I go in miles. It was very, very challenging. I think it was just the constant incline, the constant climbing. It just felt like climb after climb after climb. And even when we were trying to make time going down, it was difficult because of the tracks. They were wet, they were slippy. So definitely one of the most challenging races that I've ever done.
You can tell from the 4 of us who hasn't done an ultra before, which 2 have and which 2 haven't.
Definitely.
Well, someone's definitely milking it, aren't they? Out of 4 of us, I don't know which one, but
Not me.
Ben sitting there with his sleeping mask on.
Yeah.
eating his
I am.
coconut mushrooms.
I haven't been able to stop eating all day. I haven't been able to stop
Yeah.
eating sweet stuff all day, and I haven't been able to stop drinking water.
So for my
Mm.
breakfast
Okay.
this morning, I bought myself a bottle of full fat Coke and a bag of ready salted crisps for on the way back
Oh.
from Tittesworth. That was for on the way back, but didn't eat them because I couldn't face them. I thought I'll wait until I get home because I was having gammon for my tea, so I thought I'll leave them there. I ate that on the way to work this morning. Had a bag of crisps at 9, about 8:30, no, about 8:15, and a full fat Coke for my breakfast. And then the Wright's pie van came round. We have Wright's pie
Ooh.
vans.
I'm gonna have to get him on
Oh,
the
lovely.
spreadsheet.
Yeah, the Wright's pie van
Oh,
came
no.
round, and I bought myself my lunch. So I
Hang
bought a
on,
chicken
what's the
tikka.
spreadsheet? Because you said this yesterday.
I keep a spreadsheet of everybody weighs in on a Monday, and
She's got us all on a Weight Watchers.
Really?
Even Jack,
Yes.
Jack, who doesn't need to lose any weight. Not that any of you need to lose any weight, but Jack, probably the thinnest person I've ever met. He's on that spreadsheet as well.
He is.
It's
And he's
not
doing very
just
well.
about losing weight though. It's about maintaining and being consistent and keeping an eye on it. So some of us have got a goal weight, and when we get there, it's about maintaining it. So every Monday, there's how many of us? There's about 6 or 7. Everyone sends me their weight, and they have to be standing on the scales. I want hard evidence.
They've got
I
to
then
stand on
assess it,
scales.
and then
We
I put it
do.
on the spreadsheet.
And
If you
Laura
gain,
hides her toes because
I
Emma
have
takes the
to
mick
hide my
out of it.
toes. Yes, I'm a runner.
yeah,
My toes are horrendous. Emma judges us on our toes. So
I do. Me and Dan lie in bed on a Monday morning looking at everyone's toes.
Can
I've
we,
got a different emoji every week for my
Yeah.
can we get
toes.
silly toe on this spreadsheet? Come
Yeah.
on, get him on it.
He doesn't need to be on a
So
spreadsheet.
there's some
I
rules.
do.
If you
I do.
gain weight, you get a red, and if you get 3 reds, then you're out, because I haven't got time for people that aren't committed. So you are more
I
than
haven't
welcome
got.
to
I haven't
join.
got time. She's like Little Britain, the fat fighters.
Oh God!
All you can eat is dust and dust.
Duh.
Oh,
No,
That's
you can
hilarious.
maintain. You can join and maintain, because that's fine. But if you're gaining, you're going the wrong way, and that
But
means you're not
It's like
trying.
it's not supportive in any way. It's like I get it. It's like I'm trying to do it to help you, but if you get red free, I don't want to know you. You're done.
Yeah, that's it. You're
Yeah,
out.
but
That's
it's
it.
working. That's the main thing. It's
works.
working. We all have lost
No
a bit
one's
of
been
weight.
kicked off yet.
How many people have got close to being kicked off? Reds. How many reds have you had? How
Oh,
many
we
reds
don't
have
want to
people
name
had?
names.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we
We
do.
don't want to call
Well,
them out.
can I just mention a big highlight? Laura is our biggest loser, and Laura has lost
Are you?
over a stone since being on the spreadsheet. So
Wow.
Yeah,
well
so
done.
it's definitely
well done,
working.
Laura. And my
Amazing.
Dan has
And
lost a
does she-
stone as well.
Really? And what do you get if you lose weight?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well done.
All pain and no gain, by the sounds of it. You get kicked out if you get 3 reds, but no gain, like no
Oh,
stickers.
wow.
What did we all eat yesterday after the ultra? Let's have a quick run through.
Okay.
Go on,
Shall
So
Silito, let's start with you.
I got home and I had for my tea gammon, chips, and tomato sauce. It was lovely. It was so
Ooh,
nice.
sounds nice.
it
you had the
was really
pizza at the
nice.
van.
Yeah, the pizza at the van.
You
That
sneak
shut
anything on the
early.
way home?
No, I didn't. I got home. I had a couple of biscuits when I first got home. It's a couple of chocolate digestives, and then I had my tea, and I just sat. I had a bath, and then just sat and just ate me food. I was in bed. I was lying downstairs on the sofa, and I said to Laura, "I'm gonna have to go lie down upstairs." So I went and lay down upstairs, and I said to her, "I'll probably fall asleep in the next 5 minutes," and I was fast asleep, flat out.
I thought he was going to say you took your dinner to bed with you.
No. I ate my dinner first.
Oh dear.
Tea. It's called tea
Priorities.
around here. It's called tea, not dinner.
Tea.
Tea. Sorry,
Tea.
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 Yeah.
Laura, what did
What did
you
you-
go for?
Go on, Laura.
I had a beef dinner. I had a prosecco in the bath first, obviously, priorities, and then I had a nice beef dinner. Beautiful.
I can't believe you were drinking beers after.
I know.
Can you not? Do you not drink?
No, I don't drink.
No,
I don't drink a lot.
I just
Oh,
the days of me going and having a beer after, I just wanted like just full fat cold Coke.
Mm.
well,
Chris
I
Turner
usually
did
get
that.
both, don't I, Emma?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris
you
Turner
do.
bought me a Pepsi Max, So
Fair.
thank you to Chris. He's just put, I'm on 1 red out of 3. It works. I've lost a stone. Scared of getting 3 reds. Oh, Amy Carney's joined us as well. Hello, Amy. How are you doing?
Hi, Amy.
If you're on YouTube, let us know. If you're there, come and say hello. So what did you have for your tea then, Emma?
So straight after at the food van, I got a chicken burger and fries. Didn't eat all of that. I just wasn't feeling it, and I had a full
Laura
fat
and
Coke.
Amy didn't eat all their burger either.
No,
No.
I
left it
just
at the
think I
side. I was like,
wanted
"What?"
food, but I couldn't face food. And when I
Yeah.
got back, Dan had ran me a bath and put a cup of tea and
Your
a
Dan,
flapjack.
I swear to God, your Dan is amazing. The
I
amount of
know.
times
He
he
is.
came over to you, I went and back to the car and brought you slippers and your sliders and socks, and then
He's a good
went to
guy.
another trip, and then come back, and then went again, then come back.
Yeah, he is
It's
number one
lovely to have
support
that
crew.
support, isn't it?
It is, yeah,
He is a
absolutely.
legend.
Go on, carry on.
He is.
Sorry.
So yeah, he'd ran me a bath and put me a cup of tea and a flapjack, and I couldn't eat the flapjack, so I drank
Candles
the
around
cup
the
of tea.
bath. Candles around the bath.
Bath salts and dried seaweed. Don't know where he found that, but that was in there. So
That wasn't seaweed. That wasn't seaweed. He just
it
went
was just
across
the
the
dirt
fields.
coming off my
Yeah,
toes.
yeah. Thought it was
And
seaweed.
then I had a protein rebel shake
Oh, I had one of them as well. Yeah, forgot about that.
because I was craving that, and then later on before I went to bed, I just smashed off a bowl of cereal, so I wasn't really feeling a big
So you
meal.
didn't have tea then? Didn't have
Not
anything?
really.
What have you got now, Ben? Ben just he's like Blue Peter. Here's what I prepared earlier.
He is
No,
nice.
just a drink. Got
What did you have?
magnesium in.
Oh, is it? What did you have for your tea, Ben?
I had the pizza after from the
Yeah.
van.
Yeah.
Then on the way home, I had a packet
Did
of
you have a
crisps.
Greg's pasty?
No, went to
Oh.
Stafford and
Oh.
they didn't have Greg's.
Oh,
Oh no.
So I
all
was
the way
gutted about
round,
that.
literally from the mile 14. Ben just kept saying, "I want a Greg's pasty. I want a Greg's pasty."
I didn't get that. I had the pizza. I had a packet of crisps, a double boost, and a coffee. Then got home and had burger and chips from Tim Hortons. Have you got Tim Hortons your way?
No.
No.
I had a
no.
Tim Hortons. That was good. And then half a carton of Ben and Jerry's.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Which
Oh,
one?
fantastic.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Fish food.
No.
Is that the
Cookie
white
dough.
the
It's not my
white
go-to
chocolate
one.
fish?
I like
Cookie dough
half
is the one.
baked.
No, cookie dough all the way. Cookie dough
Cookie.
all
Yeah,
the way.
cookie dough's the
Cookie.
best.
It's not cookie, it's cookie.
Cookie.
dough?
Cookie dough. So yeah, how have you been this morning? So how have you recovered? Did you do any stretching? I was stretching yesterday. I had Ben on my shoulders doing a few squats, stretching.
I can't believe you did
Yesterday.
that. to be fair.
That was funny
know.
to watch, actually.
No, it's great.
Yeah. I
I'm
was
scared
dead
of heights.
surprised. I was dead surprised when I managed to get you up, if that sounds right. After the marathon, ultra marathon, did some stretching when I finished because I needed to, and then when I came home, I did a few stretches as well, which is unusual for me, but I had to, otherwise I knew I wouldn't be functioning this morning.
I didn't do any stretching, and this morning I was very, 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 very stiff. And our bedroom's up in the loft, and I had to go down 4 flights of stairs. And then at 7:30 this morning, I was doing a breakfast club for some kids running around. So I've actually been running all day. Maybe that's why I'm so tired. But
Yeah.
do you know what the hardest part was? It's not even my body. I feel mentally drained.
Yeah.
Because you're
Do you know-
concentrating on where you're stepping all the time.
That is probably the biggest thing
Yeah.
I need to do is more trail running, because
Yeah.
I'm used to just running in a straight line. I'm not used to doing any running, but running in a straight line on tarmac, you don't think about it, do you?
No.
No.
How
No.
timing is it having to look down so you don't go over on like roots and slippery stones?
Yeah.
And
Emma said to me, we went past the photographer, and she said, "I hate photographers when you're on an ultra because I'm always looking down, I always get a double chin." Can you remember saying that?
Should I tell you what else you did for the photographer?
No.
here we go.
What did she
Go on,
do?
Emma.
I don't know. What did I do?
When you saw him,
Oh,
and then you
So after I left you guys, I was
Yeah.
just in the zone, and I was flying. Look at my pace chart. I was flying, And I got to a point
When
where
you
I was
ditched,
going,
and in other words, when you ditch me, when you
Yeah.
ditch Slowpoke over here, you ditch me and you went on
I had
flying.
to look after you for a little bit, and then I felt like you were safe. So then I went. And then I had Chris in my sights, and that meant it was locked on. Anyway, so I was going
Locked
up
on.
Axe's Edge, and in the distance, I could see a photographer. So I was like, right, get in the zone, get your posies ready. There's the photographer. And I'm getting closer, and I'm thinking, oh, he looks like he's under a bivvy, or he's got some kind of waterproof over him. And then I'm getting closer, and he's not moving. And the closer I got, I realised it was just a rock, not a photographer.
What made you think he was a photographer?
I don't know. I was convinced. I
You got
thought he
into
was
the zone.
because it was raining. I thought he was under, like a camo bivvy,
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
just waiting to capture me, and it just was a big rock.
We had a photo, me and Ben, with the t-shirt, so with the logo on the back. That's a good
Rob
photo.
nearly
quite
stacked
like
it when he was trying to hold the t-shirt. Yeah.
that. Yeah, I did. Yeah,
That
you
Yeah.
can see on the photo. Yeah, you can see it on the photo. I can't remember what we were talking about.
Titties worth ultra.
How are
Yeah.
you recovering?
Yeah, so
Yay.
I'll be recovered. Amy's just put on YouTube saying that she did a stretching class.
Yes.
Oh God! Oh, Mick Hall's watching. Hey up, Mick. Mick Hall says,
Mick.
"Hey." Mick says, "Hate photographers." We love you, really, Mick. We love you. You just catch us at the wrong time. I did my pose. I got my pose out, my albatross. So
You did,
yeah. So recovery. I've not really done much this morning. I've just been teaching, but not really doing much.
Rachel's
to
at
be fair.
Pilates.
I know. Has she suffered then? Is she stiff?
She's tired, but she's gone to Pilates. Like, it's the last thing I'd want to do.
It's good for stretching, though, isn't it? It's
Yeah, very
good. Perfect.
The energy for it, though. When are you going back running? Come on, this is the question.
So I was going to do
Tomorrow.
tonight. Actually, I was going to go tonight. I was going to go. I was all set to go to Stoke Fit. I've been to Stoke Fit just to get the glory and just to get the round of applause and the photo. And I was going to do the short or medium short, but then because we're doing this podcast earlier, I haven't had opportunity to, which has helped actually because I didn't think I would have been able to do much. But I'll probably go out Wednesday, probably.
I'm gonna see how my blisters
You've got to wait until he tells you what to do.
No, that's not
Oh,
true.
yeah.
No, what I said to you, there's no plan this week. You go back to running when your body tells you you're ready. And
that's what I just said. Yeah.
This time next
I
year,
have
then.
booked in the gym on Wednesday, so I'm going to do a HIIT class on Wednesday, and then I've got a sports massage on Thursday because I'm treating myself. So then I cannot run on Friday because of the sports massage, and then on Saturday, we're doing a park run takeover in Congleton. So that's I can't do my park run because we're there. But then on Sunday, me and Laura have got Wilmslow 10K. So
Oh,
I
is
think
it's this Sunday,
Yeah.
isn't
So
it?
straight
So I
back
think-
to it.
I think maybe a little shakeout tomorrow if my feet and my blisters have healed enough and I feel like I can. If not, I'm happy to just park everything till Sunday.
Yeah, I like Wilmslow 10K. It's where I've got my PB 10K
And me.
PB.
That's
Got
my PB course.
49 minutes something. I was going to do it, but Laura's away. She's on a hen do. Not her hen do, but a hen do. So I can't do it this weekend. But I was going to say something. I can't remember what I was going to say. I might
It's
book
so
in.
tight.
I keep forgetting what I'm going to say. I might book myself in with Kinesi and get myself a sports massage. That's a good idea. Actually, I never even thought about that, but I might ask if Paul, if you're listening, get me a slot, book me a slot, and I'll come to you. I need a good rub down.
Here's a question. What was your favourite part and what was your least favourite part?
Oh, that is a
Laura,
good question.
go on.
My favourite part was obviously spending the day with Amy and just chatting absolute rubbish the whole day. At one point, we forgot we were even doing an ultra, and we had to remind ourselves, "Oh God, we're doing an ultra. We need to keep running."
Just sitting there
and the
eating
worst-
brownies at an aid station.
No,
Actually, I know.
that's one thing. One thing we were complaining about is how soggy the brownies were, and the fact that we couldn't fuel them. So I won't go there. And the worst part, was having to look down constantly and not being able to take the whole day in because you're conscious of where your feet are going, like you were saying, Ben. And yeah, that was the worst part for me because it was beautiful scenery, and just the weather just let it down a little bit yesterday.
Yeah, I agree.
Emma.
I've got 2 favourite parts. Is that okay?
Leaving me was one, must be.
No. So
Favourite.
the
I know, I need
first
to.
was when I overtook Chris.
He's not listening anymore. He's gone. He's gone. He'll catch up with the rest. He says. I think he's heard enough of you talking about
I'll keep reminding him.
that.
I did get a tip off because when I got to the 3rd station, aid station, I got a tip off that Chris was only 5 minutes in front of me. So that was it. As soon as I could see him and he was in sight, I just ran up next to him and I just turned to him and went, "Do you need anything?" And he went, "Oh, you're doing well." And then I just
with
left
his
him.
65 protein rebels.
And my second favourite part was as just after I'd left you guys, as I was coming down towards the Three Shires head, there was another Biddulph runner there just as a surprise support.
Wow.
So it was Becca, and she was there with her dog Fred, and she was jumping for joy, shouting, "Go on, Emma!" and she's taking pictures, and it made me have a little cry. So I didn't even stop. I just like, I can't stop because you made me cry, and I just ran past her. But then she was the one that gave me the tip off about Chris, and then she was there again at the end. So that was just amazing. Absolutely loved that bit. The hardest bit for me was when you come off the roaches and you're on a bit of road. I felt like that bit of road, I just struggled to run down that bit of road, and because I was on my own then, and I've been on my own for quite a while, and my feet were starting to hurt.
Well, you did decide to leave us.
And I got about
could have
2k
stayed.
left. I think I got a text message off Dan and it just said, "You're smashing it, keep going." And I think I just like welled up a little bit and I was just like, I need to run and I don't think I can run anymore. And that was a little bit hard, that bit there, because there was no runners in front of me, no runners behind me, and I was just on my own and I needed to keep going, and I was like, I just need to keep going. So that was probably the hardest bit for me. When the finish line is in sight, but it feels quite hard to get there.
Yeah. When you can see Tittisworth Reservoir, but it seems to be
Yeah,
getting further and further
it
away.
is that because you come off the roaches and
could
you can
see
see it.
Yeah.
And they're there waiting for you.
Silly toe.
My best and worst part are similar, really, because my worst bit was about mile 18. I was really flagging, and I thought to myself, I'm not going to be able to do this. Really not going to be able to do this. I felt sick, and my legs were like hurting me. And then I had a Protein Rebel energy gel, and it proper perked me up. And I was like, right, we can do this. I can do this. We're going. I like getting over. There was a little bit where I don't know the bits where it is, but there was a little bit where you go over the brook and you have to step. And we all got his feet wet. That was quite good. I quite enjoyed that bit. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed it. That's the one memorable bit that I can remember. And coming down that last little bit as well. Yeah, when everybody's there cheering you and going through the finish line. That was nice. So what about you, Ben?
Yeah.
None of it.
The best bit, like, I really did enjoy the brownies. Like, the brownies were fantastic at the aid stations that they had, which reminds me of one of my worst. I said to you, I've never been so disappointed when we got to that aid station that was
The
like
third
at the
one.
top of the hill, and it was just hammering. I felt so bad for the guys there because the rain was coming in all angles. It was windy. They all looked so cold, but they clearly couldn't be bothered because they didn't really have anything on the table. They had a box of like brownie that it had like a layer of water on the top of it.
Oh, I didn't stop at that one. I skipped
Well, we
it.
did because I wanted brown. It was disgusting. Guess who had some?
Ask Laura what she did.
Go on.
What did Laura do?
What did
At
you
the
do?
last one,
What?
last checkpoint.
At the last one?
Yeah.
Well, me and Amy were that angry at the fact that there wasn't any Coke left that we had to go to the ice cream man and pay £2.50 for a can of Coke.
Oh yeah, you remember telling me, yeah. £2.50
just to get us through the last few miles. It was necessary.
You were the only customers of the ice cream van.
Oh, A
When we went past the
multi-pack
ice
can
cream,
for £2.50.
yeah, when we went past the ice cream van the first time, it was absolutely torrential rain. I thought, you aren't selling much today, mate. You aren't going to be selling much today at all. But yes, I
Yeah.
did try that brownie at the third, and Rachel did. I did dip my fingers in, and I did scoop a little bit out, and I thought, this is not too bad. And then I did eat it, and I was like, yeah, that's not the best.
Absolutely
No.
grim.
The sweets were good. That was my favourite bit. The sweets were
were good.
fantastic. Them
Yeah.
fizzy
think-
sweets were good.
Genuine highlight was the fact that
Pooing behind a rock and using your coat to wipe your bum.
I wasn't going
he's
to bring
outed
that
you.
up. I
He's
wasn't going to
outed
do
you
that.
What happened, Ben? What's he talking about?
That's why he ran off and left us, Rob, at the start.
Yeah, I needed a poo. We've got some quotes of the day, haven't we? We're going to get you to guess the quotes of the day, but I've already spoiled one. What were can you remember what the quotes were that we were going to say we were going to do, Ben? I can't remember what they were. It was, yeah, so there was somebody said, I've
who
just
said
farted.
this?
Yeah, I've just farted and you're going to walk into it. Who said that?
Jack.
No, so
Jack.
either me, Ben, or Rachel.
Oh,
Oh, Ben.
So Ben, who do you think, Emma? Me or Rachel or Ben?
I want to say Rachel. I don't know.
No, it was
I'm
me.
just going
It was
like
me.
out.
So you're both wrong. It was me. So I farted
Sorry,
and Ben
Rach.
was behind. Ben was behind me, and I tell you when it says, "Mate, I've just farted," and you're going to walk right into it. What was the other quote? What was the other quote?
I never thought I'd wipe my arse on my jacket.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah. So that was obviously Ben. And what did Rachel say? Rachel said something about, what did she say? I feel like I'm going to kick myself or something like that, wasn't it?
They were all poo related.
Yeah, I think she said it.
Mm.
If I don't stop now, if I don't carry on, I will absolutely.
I think
Poo
that's
myself, I
something,
think she
yeah.
said.
Weren't you two having a conversation about this a couple of weeks ago on your podcast about preparing just in case?
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
follow
yes.
your advice, did you?
Well,
Do you know what it is? Again.
there's an Instagram reel that's just gone out today with animated, and I was talking about it's prime
Oh.
pooing time.
Yeah.
Pooing time. And Ben said to me, go to the toilet beforehand. I did go to the toilet beforehand. I did take some tissue with me just in case, although it was soaking wet towards
Yeah.
the end. So I was prepared. Ben, on the other hand,
No.
had to use his £20 jacket to wipe his bottom.
Oh dear, Ben.
Not my finest moment, and
No.
it won't ever be spoken about again.
Oh well, yeah, it will
Oh.
be because I'll be repeating this every day on the Instagram.
But you know what? It's genuine moral of the story is you need to train and you need to practice eating and drinking, because do you know
Yeah.
what? I must have had about
Constantly stopping for about 15 weeks.
I must have had about 15 weeks.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the incident that won't be mentioned again. But you know what? I don't normally drink water when I'm
On a run.
training or running.
Yeah.
Mm.
And very rarely on a road race do I grab the water, because I make sure I'm well hydrated like days before. And obviously I don't eat during races. Like I just have energy gels. And I just kept needing to go for a week because I had the Camelback on. I was drinking water,
Yeah.
and I was eating brownies like they were going out of fashion.
And the water was sloshing. You and Rachel had like synchronized sloshing in your camel packs at the back.
Yeah.
I was like running behind you at one point. I was like, I really need a wee. It was like a waterfall.
But it is like genuine. You need to train and prepare your stomach for eating and drinking. And this is going to be a big thing as I sign up for my next ultra.
Yeah.
Me and Emma shared a bush.
We
Have a
did.
wee. Emma
Did
was
ya?
one side. Yeah, Emma was one
Bonding.
side. Emma was one side of the bush. Well, we were running. We were in the middle of nowhere, and Emma just stopped, looked at me, and says, "I'm gonna have to go for a wee," and stopped dead in front of me. So she went one side, and I said, "I'm gonna go for a wee as well." So I went the other side of the bush, facing away from each other, and then Emma said to me, "Have you finished?" I was like, "Yeah," and we carried
I
on.
didn't dare come back out.
wee.
So we both
A wild
carried on.
wee.
And it was the best
It
feeling
was
ever.
hurting my belly though because I was
Mm.
running and I couldn't concentrate. And as soon as I got the opportunity, there's like no runners in front, no runners behind. So I was just like, I'm doing it
I need a week.
right here,
I
right
was
now.
like, okay.
It's normal though, ain't it? Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but about what 100 meters further on, Rob, there was another lady that we'd gone over a stile, and she just went, "Just keep going, I'm weaning here,"
Yeah.
and she just stopped over a stile as we were going forward. She just stopped and weed, which is
Moral
fine.
of the story is you can wee anywhere, and if you've got a
Stop,
jacket,
drop,
you
and
can poo
go.
anywhere.
Well, I was rescued by some portaloos. Otherwise, I would have been doing what
Where were
Ben
they?
did. So
I know.
they're on a campsite. We
Okay.
ran through a campsite, didn't we? And there was some
Yeah.
portaloos there, and they came just
Never
at the
saw
right
them.
time. So
So
I
there.
saw the
was that
campsite, but I didn't
before
see
or
the
after your
portaloos.
incident, Ben?
That was after. Showing your experience
After.
there.
Yeah, definitely.
Showing your experience.
I thought
Yeah.
there would be toilets at the checkpoints, just like
Just a
portaloo.
portaloo, yeah.
So I was
Well,
a bit
that's what I
disappointed
thought.
that there wasn't.
That's what I thought. The Forest of Dean Ultra, October, 55k. They've got toilets at checkpoints, which was one of the big selling points for me. Looking at that as my next one.
GB
Yeah.
Ultras are fantastic for ultras. They have everything that you need.
Yeah,
You did that, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
So
I love the photos. The photos
in
of GB Ultra as
comparison,
well.
Yeah, photos, brilliant.
GB Ultras.
So what is
I
next?
thought it was very well run. I did enjoy it. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
I thought that it was very well marked, considering it was all over the place. It was very well
Yeah.
marked, and there was no opportunity to get lost, although we nearly did.
Mm.
The aid stations were adequate. There was enough at times. If you were at the front, you obviously got better choices because there was so much more for the people at the front. But that's fair. That's just fair enough because they're a lot faster and they get there quicker. The food after was fantastic. I really enjoyed the pizza, although the pizza guy didn't stick around until all the people had finished. But yeah, all in all, I thought Run Through was a very good event. So
Yeah, it was good.
It's a good day.
yeah. So yeah, what is next?
Oh,
Winslow, haven't we, Laura?
yeah. Wilmslow
Yeah.
10K. Emma's got some big events coming this year, haven't you? But Gritstone?
So I've got the Gritstone September. So
We're going to
that's
start
my
upping your mileage
next.
now.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's my next biggie. And what I've learned from Tittersworth in preparation for the Gritstone is I need to work
Make sure
on.
you've got a jacket to wipe your bum on.
No, I take tissue. I had tissue.
Yes, we come prepared.
Not that I needed to wipe my bum, but
Not going to be at the end of this, am I?
yeah, we've
Not
learned.
at all.
We've learned. We're experienced, Ben.
We are.
I'm massively inexperienced. That's my
We can
argument.
tell.
Big time. I won't be now. I'm going to train. I'm going to get it all
Yeah.
in, and I'm going to win the next one. I think.
It's all a learning curve, isn't it? The first ultra.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Weren't you telling Rachel when you started that you thought she was going to come the first female?
No, do you know what it was? Because we were like, we were absolutely flying, and we kept
For the
passing.
first
Like,
10 mile.
we're only 10
Yeah.
miles in, but we were passing loads of people, and we were feeling really good, and we were like, "This is great." I said to Rachel, "I was like, we've passed loads of women. I reckon you might be in the top 10 here if we carry on."
But what
Never
did I
having done it
say? My
before.
message to you guys was treat the lap of Tittersworth as a warm up, and I
Mhm.
said you guys need to hold me back. Stuck with Rob, hold me back, and
Hey, boy, yeah.
so yeah, you didn't listen to what I said.
Nah, Rachel's got this thing, and she didn't know it, but everybody that went past her, she was in a race with.
Yeah,
It
she
ever so
was.
funny. There was this couple
Oh.
that were literally in front of us for the whole way, and we just kept like backwards and forwards. Every time someone went past, Rachel's gone like a magnet. She just kept trying to catch them.
There was a woman at the end. There was an older woman. I think she must have been in her late 50s, early 60s, and she went in front of us. And she was in front of us for the last couple of miles, wasn't she? And then
Yeah.
we all went past her right at the end. I did feel sorry for her, to be fair. But
Should have scooped her up. Took her with
Finish
you.
line's not
she
finish
was
line.
that far behind me. Actually, I think it was like 3 seconds behind me. I could hear her. I could hear her breathing down my neck as I came back down the finish line.
Don't let it beat me.
60-year-old woman. I'm used to
Wow.
being beaten by a 60-year-old, so it doesn't bother me. I just want to give a shout out to Trevor Hoyle. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to finish it because he fell and hurt his knee. So
Oh,
I do wish him the best. I'm sure he'll recover but he got to, I think
Yeah,
he got
speedy
past
recovery.
the second checkpoint and had to go back. They had to take him back. Kieran and Alicia, who was with him, and Nigel from
Yeah.
Silverdale. So massive shout out
That's
to
a
them.
shame.
There was a couple of Gators there, I know as well. So there was Kieran Bedford. He ran on a really injured ankle. Have you seen his pictures on Strava? So he did
No,
really,
I've
really
not
well
looked.
to finish. Pat Buckingham. There was Tom Walliscroft as well. There was quite a few people.
Bedford did
Elliot.
Biddulph.
Yeah, yeah, Pat Buckingham as well. They only signed up a couple of weeks ago without any training,
How did they
but
get on?
I think they did really, really well. Let me just find their times. But yeah, so there was quite a few people that I knew. So Steve Hallows and Sally Hamilton and Helen and Rob from Stonemaster Marathoners, they did really well as well. There was loads of people there that I knew that I didn't realise had ran it. So a few people that I know did the 22K as well. So well done to them guys. I'm on the wrong one here. I'm on the 10K. I need to be on the 50K.
We had a few from
Um,
Biddulph doing the 10K and the 22K, and they all did really
Yeah.
well.
yeah. So yeah, Pat Buckingham came 20th with a time of 5 hours 19.
Wow.
Marcus Pearson from Stoke Fit came 24th with a time of 5:29. Kieran Bedford 29th with a time of 5:36. Elliot Powell came 34th with a time of 5 hours 49. Absolutely amazing.
Wow.
Just working my way through, see if I notice anybody else. So there was quite a few people that I knew that did it that I didn't actually. Well, I did know they were doing it, but I completely forgot that they were doing it. So yeah, it was good, very very good, good turnout. I think,
Impressive.
yeah, especially well, like I say, what time did the winner get? I think the winner got 3. The winner went past me and Emmy when we were going uphill. He was flying 3 hours 49 minutes.
That's amazing, isn't it?
3
That's
hours.
just incredible.
That's
And
phenomenal.
he was flying when he come past us. We were confused. Like that can't be the winner, and it was. It was mad.
Yeah, crazy, 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 crazy. But well done to everybody that finished,
Yeah.
who went and didn't quite finish. I know Kieran, like I say, Kieran and Alicia were there, and Trevor. So well done to them guys. Absolutely amazing. So have you got the bug, Mr. Russell?
It has reignited my passion for running. I will say that. So Emma's word of inspire at the start, I think it has.
Yeah.
To be fair, I really enjoyed
Yeah.
the environment, the atmosphere of a trail run. Ultra is a nice distance because I think, well, it's not a nice distance, is it? That's wrong. But it's nice because you're running at a slower pace, but accumulatively over the course of the day, it's a really, really good challenge. And
Mm.
I think what I started to dislike about road running was the constant, like, lung busting paces that you put yourself through, like gasping for air and really struggling. And I don't particularly enjoy that. Who does? But with an ultra and on trails, you're running at a nice sort of consistent zone 2, low heart rate, endurance effort. But
Yeah.
today I feel like, do you know what? I've done something and I'm really proud of what I've achieved and what everybody's achieved. And I think it's a really good challenge that it kind of, in a bit of a sick way, makes you want to go, how far can I push myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah,
I'm
it
looking
definitely
forward
does.
to doing now, is doing it. But I keep thinking to myself, well, what if I did some training? So that's like giving me the bug to
Yeah.
go, well, I'll do my training again and sign up for another one and see how much easier this longer distance can be made. And then it's kind of see how far that can be taken. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I do. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot less pressure than running a marathon. Definitely so. And it's a lot because you've got people at the sidelines giving you cheering you and stuff, which motivates you, but also frustrates you at the same time as well. Whereas that
Yeah,
one,
it can do.
you
It's
just
a lot of
left.
pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, you're left to your own devices, and you just let you crack on. Do you know who won, Ben? Who actually won it yesterday, the 50k?
Who?
Been on our podcast. James Tilley,
Did he win
the
it?
guy who runs it. Yeah, came
Did he
first.
actually?
Yeah, 3 hours 49.
He won it.
Yeah,
He won
I
his
didn't
own
realise
race.
I didn't even realise he was running it. But
I
that's
knew
what
he
it
was
says,
running it.
James Tilley. Yeah, James Tilley, and there's pictures of him, and it's him by the looks of it.
Yeah,
So
he did run it. Yeah,
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
and
him, yeah.
he looks fresh as a daisy coming over the
I know.
finish
He
line as well.
does.
I know.
Looks like he's just done a park run.
3 hours 49. So
But the
well
other
done to
thing, like,
James.
on that point, like, do you know what I really like is the fact that you talk about expectation. Do you know when you go to a race, like a road race, you put loads of training in, and let's say, for instance, like my 10k time is, a lot faster than Rob's 10k time, and that pressure,
lot faster.
like everybody feels that pressure of like having to get a certain pace, but I left absolutely everything out on that ultra. Yet me and Rob finished at the same time, and we both put absolutely everything out there. And there's not very many races where I get to put a full blown effort in, and Rach puts a full blown effort in, but we finished it together.
It's very tactical, though, isn't it? And you've got to think about what you're doing. And for me,
100%.
I had to hold back because I am very competitive. So for me, a big part of my game plan was holding back at the start so that I could put in a stronger second half. And by
Yeah.
sticking to that plan, I was able to get halfway through and then up my game, and it worked. So
And this is why women do really
it's
well at ultras, because they are more disciplined than men.
Yeah, they are.
it's the tactic, isn't it, as well? It's like
Yeah.
on the actual trails, having that confidence to go fly down the trails when there's a river running under your feet at the same time, and just feel confident in where you're putting your feet. It's so different to
Yeah.
being on the road, and even on the grass, you can easily slip, but the way that you hold your body running down the grass, you've got to do it right so that you don't slip.
Yeah. And we mentioned him on the podcast already today. Well done to Chris Turner as well, and Jack Stewart and Amy Carney, because they were there as well. We were hoping that they could join us on the podcast today, because we're going to do a Biddulph / ultra marathon talk.
I feel like I'm on the Biddulph podcast anyway recently.
So
We
yeah.
also had Sam Cross, who was a Biddulph
Yes,
runner.
I don't
and
know Sam.
Yes.
Sam came first out of club, so big well done to Sam.
Yeah, well done, guy. And Adam Huxley as well from Stoke Fit. He ran it as well.
12 months' time, I reckon we're looking at least 3 Biddulph runners.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Jack Stewart, maybe. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jack, Laura, and Emma. You mean?
Tell
You could
Robbie
just do a
looks good in
second
yellow and
claim
black.
like
Come on.
what Chris does. Chris has got a second claim. He's not just Biddulph.
Yeah, he
Staffs
does.
as well.
Chris who? Chris Turner.
Yeah, he's
He
part
does
of
Staffs
two
Moorlands,
clubs.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
Staff Moorlands.
You can have
Yeah,
a
he
second claim.
does.
Tell
Yeah.
Robbie looks good in black and yellow. Go on.
What
I
I'm going to
told him
do
I've
is
got
I'm
him a
going to
top already.
what I'm
You're
going to do
changing
is
the subject.
I'm going to put no. I'm going to put myself on the transfer market
Okay.
and go to the highest bidder.
Right.
So Gator, if you're listening and you want me, let me know. Silverdale, if you want me, let me know. Stowmaster Marathoners, if you fancy having me running with you, let me know. Biddulph, you've got an opportunity as well. Trentham, Newcastle, Stoke,
What's
City
the
of Stoke
starting
AC.
bid?
Starting bid. Well, there you go. I don't know.
Mars
It's Mars bar. We'll start the bidding at a new jacket for Ben.
What's it? £20?
Yeah. But if anybody wants me, Stoke Fit, I am yours. But if anybody wants me, they are. They'll have to pay Stoke Fit.
Okay. Noted.
No. Actually, don't pay Stoke Fit. Pay me.
Okay.
But yes, we are ultramarathoners now. We've done it. We are
Well
looking
done,
at potentially
guys.
doing it again. We've got 44.4 in his minds. We mentioned on the podcast
Yep.
a couple of months ago, running from Ben's house to my house or my house to Ben's house, whatever way. And it works out about 44.4 miles.
I'll borrow your
we have-
Dan support crew.
Yeah, definitely. We need a Dan.
We will
I think
need
we
a
need some.
support crew because
Yeah.
it's not going to be an organised event, and it's
Yeah.
like 75k.
Yeah. So we'll have to have people at certain checkpoints with oatcakes
Okay.
and stuff.
All listeners
So,
welcome.
all listeners.
44.4.
But we haven't mentioned something else went on this weekend, Protein Rebel Running Festival. I know that yourself, Laura, and yourself, Emma, couldn't make it, but it was a fantastic event, very well run. Tim and Liz and everybody from Protein Rebel have done a fantastic job of setting it up. It was a really good day, really good race, a really good opportunity to speak to guests and have interaction with the Protein Rebel ambassadors. We had Spin the Wheel, which is going to be a feature on the podcast soon. So massive well done to everybody at Protein Rebel, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll happen again next year. Because it was a really good event. Everybody fed back that they absolutely loved it. Very tough race because it was very, very warm. It was mad because it was so hot on Saturday and it was so wet on Sunday. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So hopefully next year we'll do it. They will do it again and we can get involved because I really enjoyed it. Love being on stage. Love sitting on the hay bale couches talking to the
And you were
guests.
dead nervous before as well, weren't you?
I
So
was,
it's really
like I
nice
said,
that you enjoyed it so much.
yeah. So like I've said, this
He was
weekend,
nervous. As soon
I
as he got up
was.
there, we could not shut him up.
Yeah. He loves the celebrity status, doesn't he?
I genuinely, this weekend, I've been nervous and anxious about it for such a long time because there's two massive things that happened. But it all worked out well, and
Yeah.
I put on the Facebook this just a minute
Wow,
ago
isn't it
saying
amazing?
to put yourself out of your comfort zone, which I have done doing an ultra marathon, and I have done standing on stage interviewing people, and also Ben has. It's you achieve good things. So if
Yeah.
anything else, if nothing else, I've taken that away from this weekend, as well as a lovely wooden medal. Yay! Woo!
Woo!
Well done, everybody.
Wooden
And on
medals.
that note, we will see you all later.
Thanks,
I'm off to bed.
guys.
I'm off to
Good
bed as well.
night.
Thank you.
Bye, Emma. Bye, Laura. Bye, Ben.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.